Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the viewer title, you know what this video is about. We got AEW Dynamite and Collision review. Of course we've seen, and before, I'm making this video a little early, before the main event come on. The main event come on right now. We're going to see Mercedes Mone versus Red Velvet. I'm going to have that, of course, in the last part of the video. But, Samoa Joe, he was commentating out there for the Dynamite main event, and it was Hangman Page versus Shibata, and Hangman Page got the victory. Shibata tried to cheat and get the victory, of course. Hangman Page got the victory, got the win, and took out Shibata at the end of the match, just like he did to Powerhouse Hobbs last week. And now gonna be Samoa Joe by himself, really, with Hangman Page in that steel cage match. And that's gonna be a crazy match. But I don't know what's gonna happen in that showdown. I believe that's probably the main event, most likely at Full Gear. We'll see what happens, but that gonna be a crazy showdown between those two. I'm trying to think, because we seen Samoa Joe turn heel and turn evil. I wonder what else tricky have in his sleeve. I think him and Page retains the championship, but I wouldn't be surprised, Samoa Joe pull off something and like have a trick up his sleeve, or another person from the ops or something like that. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we're gonna see what goes down, of course, fully. We've seen also the Young Bucks, still hesitating to take out Kenny Omega. Most likely they're probably gonna team back up with Kenny Omega, and we get the Elite formed back together for a trios run, of course. Again, I hope we do see Kenny Omega versus Josh Alexander in a one-on-one. They're gonna face off against each other in this three-way matches: the Jurassic Express and Kenny versus the Bucks, and of course Josh Alexander. But I want to see Josh Alexander versus Kenny Omega one-on-one. And I got a chance to see it when Kenny Omega was TNA World Champion, of course, when he was there a few years back, like that, a few times like that, bouncing back and forth and stuff. We never got a chance to see it then. I hope we get an opportunity to see that match one day. That would be very interesting. But we also seen, of course, the Timeless Love Bumps, the new tag team with Mina and Tony. They've been teamed up together, but it's their first time under this name right here. And they got a victory over Rio and Alex Windsor. It was a tough match for them. They got a victory, and now they advance, of course. And they have a four-way women's tag team match, of course. And the winner of that match get to choose the basically choose the stipulation for their match, of course, in the semifinals, of course, before you get to the final round. So it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be very crazy, of course. In Full Gear, got a lot of matches. Kyle O'Reilly did challenge Jon Moxley to a no-hold-barred match. He said anything goes. He said no-hold-barred match. I'm not scared of you. He said I tapped you out twice. I did it, of course, in this little in that little blood and guts match. I did weeks before that as well, like that. I beaten you twice, Moxley. So I'm gonna go out there and show you I can beat you one-on-one when anything can go like that. And we're just going face to face. That's gonna be a crazy match. Kyle O'Reilly versus, of course, Jon Moxley. That's gonna be interesting. That Kyle O'Reilly kind of got that Bryan Danielson, Sami Zayn type of style to him a little bit. And that type of brawl match, I don't know if that favors him, but he's feeling very confident after making Moxley tap out, of course, and beating him back-to-back weeks. So he's feeling confident, but I don't think that match favors him. So he might get jacked up in this match right here. But hey, got the heart in it, of course. But we also seen, of course, Okada defeat Mascara Dorado, and now they have an opportunity to fight for the CMLL Trio Championships, and it's going to be Okada, Hichinseiro, and of course Kanusa Takeshita. We knew it was coming. We seen it coming like that, and I don't think they're gonna win those trio titles. I think they're not gonna win those because I doubt Kanusuke Takeshita and Okada be on the same team. Okada already hinting towards stuff. He likes that. Is calling them what do they call himself? Pro Sheeta. I think he said Pro Kata. He said Pro Kata. Like they said, Takeshita not here. He ain't here to help you. So they're gonna be interesting. They're gonna build this up for a while. And I think we're going to see, of course, a showdown between those two eventually. Because if Kanusa Takeshita, he's returning this week. If he is in the Continental Classic, I don't know if he'd be able to be in there because he's the IWGP World Champion now. So he's been doing a lot of stuff in Japan. But if he's able to be in the Continental Classic and you can build that up, and him versus Okada at World's End for the Continental, well, not the Continental Championship, it'd be a unified championship, that'd be crazy. Very crazy match. Now, I don't know if Okada just holding a unified title because he have both titles. Or they still count them as the separate title because on the page they still show it as separately. Or if he lose the Continental, he can still lose the Continental Championship. Somebody can challenge him for just one title. He take that and he'd be back to being just one international champion, which kind of beat the purpose of bringing the national championship in. So I think it might be just unified, just holding them all together or something. I don't know. Like that, they kind of confusing it a little bit, but it'll be interesting. Like that, they built that match up to get to that point. Of course, we know Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin are both going to start off in the national championship little steel gauntlet thing. So we're gonna see some crazy stuff happening, of course. I think it's gonna be between Bobby or Ricochet who wins this championship title. I think the national championship title, I thought that was gonna be between those two guys. So we'll see what goes on. But the main event is on now. I'm about to watch this and see who wins, of course, and then come back for the final video segment. Okay, the main event just concluded, and Eminem Mercedes Mone has became the real Ring of Honor Women's World Television Champion, which is a long name, of course. But she became the champion, of course, and defeating Red Velvet. She did on that move called. She got kind of like a long blower like that, but from power driver position. I don't know if she called it the bounce check or what she called it like that, bankruptcy or something. I don't know what she called that move, but she did from top rope. Top rope, it looked pretty cool, of course, as well. Red Velvet first match back from being injured, of course. We'll see if Mercedes actually show up on Ring of Honor as well. I think maybe continue a little rivalry between them, because that was a pretty solid match between them. So we'll see how things go. But yeah, I think Ring of Honor also has the Pure Women Championship tournament going on. Been going on for like 4 or 5 months. I think Quinn Renata supposed to go against Donna Perazzo or something to build something up like that. So we'll see how that kind of goes as well. But Mercedes Mone getting the win, of course, in the hometown in the main event, and now her and Chris Statlander, they had a brawl after the match. They're gonna be fighting each other, of course, at Full Gear, and I think Chris Statlander gonna be at home for her match like that. So it's gonna be interesting to see what goes down in that match. I'm thinking Chris Statlander retains, but you never know. You never know what could happen. But yeah, that's all I have for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe for more content, let me know down below what you guys think about everything going on. And also, Full Gear, I'll be watching it. I might live stream it. It depends. I might live stream Full Gear. I know college football come on in the daytime. I'll be watching that stuff. Of course, I should be available the whole day. Watching college football. I may film some videos from New Genesis as well. Well, this is New Genesis. I'm tripping. Film some videos on here as well. I'm gonna be free that day, and then later I might live stream Full Gear. It depends, but I'm definitely have a video talking about it after, so be on the lookout for that. But peace out.